So I'm pretty much doomed in relationships. I've come to this conclusion because I'm 27, I'm not married, and that equals slim pickings, people. And this is my story to tell you about it. So guy number one is obviously the high school sweetheart. And that was all good and well until he wanted to marry me right out of high school. But I said no. I went to college instead. So guy number two is the passionate guy, and he was awesome. We had such great passion and everything was great, but I broke up with him 3 different times, and there's no wonder why he hates me, but there's actually more to that story that we'll get to later. So guy number 3 is the best friend, and we were together for about 3 to 4 years, and once I ventured out into the world, that pretty much made that relationship come to a crumble. But there's more about him later. We'll hear about that just in a bit. Guy number 4 was just an overseas fling. So after I got back from overseas, I got back with best friend guy, and I had an open relationship at that point. So what does that mean? An open relationship is just totally complicated, and you can date whoever you want while you're with this person. So what did I do? I brought in passionate guy once again. So I was dating passionate guy and best friend guy at the same time, and it was just a big mess. So best friend guy didn't like the open relationship, and he also didn't like how I put my career in school first. So I got tossed. So what did I do naturally after that? I dumped and tossed passionate guy once again. So I broke his heart 4 different times, and that is why he hates me to this day. So I was single for a while, and then I met online guy, and online guy was really, really nice and sweet, and we were really smitten with each other. It was really refreshing to have that type of relationship. We were engaged, and I took the ship job, and then everything kind of went to hell because I went boy crazy, and I couldn't handle being engaged. It was too much weight on my shoulders. I kind of was freaking out, and then I broke everything off on Valentine's Day that year. And I know that sounds really, really horrible, but when I did the ship job, I only had Sundays to see him, and I only saw him every 2 weeks, so it needed to be done and everything. And rather than hold it off and kept holding it off, I broke it off as soon as I could, and that happened to be on Valentine's Day. So just don't hate me completely. Amber swore off guys after that because I just wasn't meant for it, and yeah, I just totally swore off guys. And then ship guy fell into my lap, and I swore, I was like, I promise I'm not gonna cheat, I'm not gonna fool around, I'm not gonna, mess with any of my ex-boyfriends, I'm gonna, just make this relationship work, I'm not gonna be afraid of commitment, and I'm gonna make him a priority, and then that shit backfired hardcore. I totally lost myself. I lost sight of myself and certain goals I had. I just was totally in this mess where, what the hell was I doing, basically? So, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever get it right. I don't know. Or find the right guy, or have the right combination, or do the right things, or find the right balance, or I'm just kind of over it right now. So, I don't know. Or maybe I'm one of those women that totally idolize the TV and movies, those type of relationships, those unrealistic relationships where it's like, oh, I have this unrealistic vision of what I want my man or relationship to be, or I want these crazy characteristics that don't really exist in relationships and men. So I could be one of those women. I could be looking for something perfect that's not really out there. I don't know. I did write out what I want my perfect guy to be, but we'll save that for another vlog.